So, however, I meant to say, how are everyone that's watching this? Because this thing right here is not having much fun, I guess. So, I got this from a Facebook group. I got this for free. And my intentions were to use this to play back tapes because I've heard that these cheap Orion Susan or have you Sansui I guess that's probably pronounced it. Sansui. Took me a little bit to figure it out how to pronounce it. I actually had to look on YouTube and I had to type this name in to figure out how to pronounce it. Sansui, so that's how you pronounce it. You know, if I can't pronounce something, I usually go on YouTube and I type in there how do you pronounce, and then I put the word and it usually gives me a video. Well, this particular unit here, I got this one for free, and I noticed the bar is missing that usually goes across is missing. There's a latch here, and you notice is how this right here doesn't have anything like that. So, and it's not 2017 anymore, so that can probably be thrown away. And however, the VCR works great. I put tons and tons of moldy tapes in here for converting to DVD. And I noticed the DVD player shows a lot of interest in running, but the drawer motor is dead. And instead of spending $50 to $75 for just a drawer motor to find out maybe the laser went out and that's why it was retired and given away, I thought about putting a disc in here, but then I was like, let me try, see if if maybe I can get this to pop up. Nope, you actually have to take it apart. I'll actually have to take apart this because it's one piece. And then I was thinking maybe I could just find one where the VCR has been trashed. Couldn't find one, so I figured maybe it's time for this to go in the junkyard. Put it in the landfill. Take it down to the local thrift store and donate it and get rid of it. Then I remembered the drawer. It's got that, what do you call that? Like the gears on here. Maybe those are stuck and maybe that's the reason why I can't open. But I noticed it runs. It activates, the laser thing will actually move up and down. So the laser's not dead. I think it's the drawer motor. Because a new drawer motor, I think a new motor for something like this would be like $50, $75 on Amazon, even if they have them anymore. Keep in mind, this is from 2003. And it was manufactured in August of 2003, so I highly doubt you'd be able to get anything for this anymore unless you buy a Toshiba or an Orion or a Sansui counterpart or clone. Basically a clone of this one. This model is VRDVD4001. This was the 2003 model. Made in Thailand. If you don't know this, Thailand is known for prostitution, which we're not going to get into that, but that's what they're known for over there. That's what I've seen online, and that seems to be what happens. But however, there was a conspiracy back in the 2000s that Thailand, they would ship, people. There was a lot of sex trade stuff going on over in Thailand in the 2000s. There was a conspiracy going along that they would send these units out like this, and then they would, in the back, further in the back, they would have teenagers. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I've heard. So I thought maybe I'll clean the laser on this and we'll see how this goes. But I thought I might have to take the front panel off, and that's one of the things I don't like about these units, about these DVD VCR combos, is I'll show you this, and I'll show you this here quite right now. But you see how you got the door down there? This is the reason why I hate these, is when people take these apart, a lot of people will realize, a lot of people know what I'm talking about. So you take these apart, you got to make sure that the little switch, where's it at? Right there. Gotta make sure that this little, what do you call it? This lever right here. See my finger? See my phalange down there? Gotta make sure this little door right here lines up with that down there. Otherwise, whenever you click the eject button, the tape won't pop out. It will hit this door and it will bounce back inside. And it'll be an endless loop where it will continue to play forever until you fix that problem. The only way to fix that problem is to make sure you get this on there the correct way the first time. Otherwise, you're gonna be opening this and then clicking the eject button and hope you don't get your hands or your phalanges cut up pretty badly. And I do notice this particular unit. I actually do see a lot of these Sansuis and Orion and Toshibas. I see a lot of these from this age, from 2003. Actually, I'm gonna say from 2002 to like 2004 or 5. I see a lot of them where the DVD player drawer doesn't open. You click the button to open it and it doesn't open. I'll plug it in and give it some power. Plug it in and give it some power, and I'll show you what I mean. And cover it for the laser. If it comes on. But I'll show you this. Don't open. You don't ever open. I even turn it off to reset it, and maybe that'll reset it, but the power button didn't turn it on. There it goes. I don't know. The power button on this unit must not be working very well because I turned it off, let it sit for 5 seconds to possibly reset. Turn it back on. You saw how it moved. It just moved. So it's alive. It's alive. See how it moved? So it's alive. I have a feeling it uses 2 separate motors. One for the drawer and one for the laser. I don't know how much of that is true with these. I have a feeling it runs perfectly fine. It's just the motor died. So maybe if I give it like a little push, maybe it might pop open. Nothing. And you notice I heard something popping over here, like something was trying to work. Like something was trying to open. You saw that bounce back. So I'll show you this. So I turn it on. You saw how it bounced back. Like it's trying to work. It's trying to go. I'm not seeing anything. Like else, like on the front. So it's trying to. So I have a feeling maybe it's stuck, or the gears are stuck. So I have a feeling maybe the gears are stuck. Or it's just, or either that or it's just jammed. It's probably got gears underneath of here that are stuck. Maybe it's never been used. Maybe this unit's never been used because look how the front display is so lit. Look how bright that looks compared to a 20-year-old Toshiba. you know, DVR 610. This is a lot brighter than that. It looks like they used a much higher quality display than what Funai was using. See how that just turned and see how that moved? So it's totally alive. I think that's what happened. I think the motor died here. Or unless somebody took this apart. Unless somebody took this apart at one point and they didn't connect anything back. I'm going to unplug it. I got the plug right here, so that's good, right? That's not plugged in anymore. Maybe if I unplug it and plug it back in, maybe I'll reseat it. Maybe it might work again.